so early. Like, I set my alarm for 4 a.m. I got out of my bed at like a little after 4:30. It's 5:05 in the morning right now. And I have to be at church in 100 minutes. But if nothing else, I know I will have at least gotten up early enough to do this video. Good morning. Happy Wednesday, more specifically, happy Ash Wednesday for those who are celebrating. It's the first day of Lent, which means Mardi Gras is officially over me. Here's the thing, for a lot of people, Mardi Gras was only just yesterday. Down in New Orleans, they celebrate for like an entire week, which, you know, I mean, a part of me does have, like, for my life's bucket list to have, go down to New Orleans and celebrate Mardi Gras. But that would just be like insane. Like, do they really have parties that often down there for that long? I don't know. Actually, let me use the camera for a second. There we go. For whatever reason lately, it feels as if like I'm not center whenever I set the camera down. Let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. Let's see. I mean, I guess my low is the fact I was kind of dreading. You know, here's the thing. I don't normally indulge a lot, as in, eat like, copious amounts of food throughout the course of a day. But yesterday was Mardi Gras / Fat Tuesday. So, yeah, I was allowed to, but I still don't feel, good about it. But you know what? Honestly, I feel guilty about the fact I indulged. That's my low. But I know that starting today, I'm not really going to be able to do those sorts of things for a while. And, that's good. That's actually a really cool thing about, like, Lent. Because, yeah, giving up some of the things you like is hard. But if you know for a fact that the thing you're giving up is already not the greatest of habits, or if you're, known for doing good, but lately you haven't been, Lent really is a great way to get yourself a fresh start. I mean, it takes 21 days to form a habit, and Lent is literally over twice that long. So, wouldn't it be funny if, like, you get through the first 21 days of Lent, kicking your habit, but after 21 days, you go back to the habit, and then, like, by the time Lent's over, you're back to the habit you originally got rid of? I mean, I would hope no one does that, but still. Let's see, what's my high? I know exactly what my high is. The fact that, when visiting my parents yesterday, I told my mom, and here's the thing, I've been telling my mom this for years, but the traditional Mardi Gras dinner is actually breakfast for dinner. And we actually had breakfast for dinner. It was awesome. We had everything bagels with butter and cream cheese, eggs, sausage, and bacon. So, you guys know what that means. Breakfast sandwiches! It was awesome. And I know, again, stuff like that really is over excessive. I don't really do that very often. and I'm going to be saying this repeatedly throughout this video, but once in a while, especially celebrating Fat Tuesday, even if you know for a fact you're going to feel, guilty afterwards, don't sweat it, because again, starting today, you're not allowed to have like those sorts of things. And my act of kindness was, sorry, I was holding back a yawn. Again, it's literally 10 after 5 in the morning right now. What do you want from me? I took out the garbage for my parents. And I also emptied their dishwasher and filled the dishwasher yesterday. So, I did that. So, I've been saying throughout the video, during Lent, you give up these things. Like, what do I mean? Well, traditionally throughout Lent, you're supposed to make a sacrifice or stop doing the thing you would normally like to do. One thing I have given up, or at least one thing I'm going to be doing during Lent, and I actually started this morning. I mean, I was sort of doing it a little bit coming up to it, but is not a full-on cold shower, but before I get out of the shower, I turn the water down to cold for at least 30 seconds. Try and give myself a cold shower, have my body, metabolically react to it. Because taking cold showers actually has a lot of health benefits. So this morning, that's what I did. I took it a step further because I've been doing it enough lately. But I washed my hair, hot water, and then I took the bar of soap and washed all the important parts of my body, armpits, feet, the whatnot. And before I rinsed everything off, that's when I turned the water down to cold. So, here's the thing. I hope to, within the next 45 days, actually, hold on, today's the 5th, so Easter is April 21st. Yeah, it's going to be 47 days. I hope at some point in the next 47 days, what I'll do is I'll get in the shower when the water's hot and immediately turn down cold. So I have nothing but a cold shower throughout. Ideally 30 seconds is enough for your body to react to it in a way where blood flows better, your brown fat activates. If you don't know, you have a brown fat and white fat, which does sound kind of racist as I'm saying this, but this is a legit scientific fact. Your brown fat is actually your healthy fat. That actually is what controls body temperature, metabolic rate, stuff like that. And you can activate it by cold showers actually activate that for a little bit. So, metabolism, blood flow, your skin will be better over time. That's one thing I'm doing. So yeah, cold showers is one thing I'm going to try and do. Well, obviously not have a day like yesterday. Honestly, I never really eat much throughout the course of the day, but Fat Tuesday, I completely threw that out the window. I'm not going to say what I had or how much of it I had, but trust me, it'd be rather obscene for someone like me. So I'll just leave it at that. But again, it's Fat Tuesday. It was Fat Tuesday. As guilty as I feel about doing what I did, I am also aware that I'm not going to be doing that for a good long while. And, by the time, sometimes you wind up doing something as a means to oh, I gotta get better, but I'm only gonna go back to doing what I did before. But by the end of however long you waited to do it again, you're like, huh, I don't know if I actually want to go back to doing this again. Actually, one of my heroes, Andrew Zimmern, once alluded to something like this when talking about dry January, where you give up alcohol for 31 days. And in that amount of time, you lose weight, your skin looks better, your mood is better, and you overall become a more positive person. If all that happens, why would you go back to drinking at the end of January? I mean, Lord knows what kind of personality I had if I actually was a drinker, so I'm not gonna do anything like that. I really won't do anything like that myself. I mean, again, doing cabin fever and illegal tap houses, 21st Amendment celebrations, probably more alcohol. That would probably be the most alcohol I consume in all of 2025. Like, I'm gonna call it right now. I don't think I'm gonna have that much alcohol throughout the rest of this year, unless maybe I go to like a wedding or something like that. I don't know. Actually, should I be going to a wedding? Although, actually, funny enough, my cousin was asking for my address, meaning I should be getting something in the mail. So, maybe I'll go to a wedding. They're pretty cool. I don't think they would have the wedding this early in the year, though. Although spring weddings are, like, it's not quite spring yet, but, spring weddings are a thing. I know a couple that actually got married on New Year's Eve. I mean, really any weekend is the right time to have a wedding if you know how to plan things accordingly and have a little bit of luck. And honestly, that's the mentality that a lot of people should have throughout Lent going into it, where their goal is to give up or sacrifice whatever it is they're going to give up or sacrifice. So, my advice for anyone who's actually going to try and give something up for Lent is be aware that what you're doing is a rather big change, especially if you're not used to it. And it can be jarring. And knowing how long you have to wait can be a little bit daunting. But just be open to it. But I would say just be open to it. Know that you're not the only one giving up something for Lent. Take things one day at a time. I don't want to sound all religious, but remember what Jesus had to do. For those of you who don't know, Lent comes from how Jesus Christ spent 40 days in a desert. And here's the thing, they said he didn't eat anything. He fasted throughout, which means very little food, if any. It doesn't say he didn't drink anything. I mean, I know he was in a desert, so Lord knows if you're ever going to find straight water. But, I mean, listen, you can't survive anywhere without water for, best case scenario, you last maybe a week and a half without any water. So I'm sure there's probably like some sort of oasis in the desert. But point is, Jesus Christ spent 40 days in the desert fasting. If he could do it, you can do it too. That's where the mentality comes from. I mean, I've given up stuff for Lent before. I mean, back when I was in 7th and 8th grade, I gave up sweets for Lent. That was something I did. One year I gave up biting my fingernails. That actually worked. For a while anyway. Actually, I gave up biting my fingernails throughout the duration of Lent in 2016, and I stopped doing that until 2018 when I had to go to Denver, but that's beside the point. That's a story for another day. So yeah, sometimes throughout giving up something for Lent, you wind up forming a habit that lasts years. So again, be open to it. And let's say you really are like hoping to get better and healthier over the next, 47 days, and you expect to see a whole lot of health benefits. Don't think you're going to get them after one day. I know it sounds cliche, but Rome was not built in a day. Again, just take things one day at a time, and before you know it, it'll be Easter. And that's actually one really cool thing about Lent finally being in March again. And I've always been a huge proponent of having Easter be in April, just because when Easter's in April, you know that summer really was right around the corner. I mean, last year would have been in April if last year wasn't a leap year. Yeah, it was literally on March 31st when it could have been April 1st. But again, leap year. So, just know that whether you give up something for Lent or not, there's a lot to look forward to. Of course, if you do give up something for Lent and, you keep at it, it'll be all the better when you're able to do whatever it is you gave up again. Or, if it was a bad habit like, drinking, you'll be amazed how you feel when you've gone, clean and sober for that long, and you're like, do I really want to go back? By the way, I'm not deterring anyone from drinking. I mean, listen, if you want to drink or smoke or whatever it is you want to do, that's your prerogative. I'm not going to try and, ruin it for you. This is just what I think of this time of year. And again, just think, by the time Lent's over, it'll be a lot warmer out. The days will be getting a lot longer. A lot will have happened, like St. Patrick's Day, which also reminds me, in terms of what you're supposed to do today, if you are celebrating, you're supposed to fast. I don't know if I'll quite do that. I'll definitely, obviously go to church. That's why I'm dressed for it. Get my ashes. That's actually why I'm up so early. So, because the service to get my ashes is at 6:45 in the morning. So, that's why I'm up right now. And you're not supposed to have any meat today or every Friday throughout Lent until Easter. And then, April 26th will be the first day I'm allowed to have meat on Fridays again. That's another thing I gotta look forward to. Honestly, right now I can say I did enough indulging for a while. I'm ready to use these next 47 days to make a lot better decisions. Definitely be better about making healthy choices. Start forming better habits like the cold showers I mentioned earlier. And who knows? By the end of Lent, things will be a lot different, and I'll be able to look back on today and say, you know what? It was good. I hope you like this video. If you'd like to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I am very humbled to make this video. For all of you guys who watch, enjoy for today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Happy Ash Wednesday. Happy Lent. And remember, if you guys want to talk to me, I'm always here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby. Oh, one more thing. No. you can't do something like give up going to church for throughout the duration of Lent. You're not allowed to do that. Trust me, when I was a kid, I thought about doing that, but I didn't. Although it is funny to try and think about doing that, isn't it?